Hey, Moxie says, welcome to the Fountain Studio celebration. We're thrilled to have you help us put love first. Your engagement through YouTube and Facebook, mashing those thumbs up icons, adding a brief comment, or sharing a link with friends helps more than you know. With over 480 subscribers on YouTube and counting, every new subscription helps us reach even more people. As summer approaches and folks are traveling far and wide, we want to remind you that you can take the fountains with you. Our weekly messages are available not only on YouTube, but also on Facebook and are archived on our website. If you prefer to listen on the go, you can find the audio version of each week's message on Podomatic, perfect for walks, road trips, or sharing with friends. Subscribe and you'll get a reminder every time we post a new message. So, big thanks to everyone who has subscribed, engaged with our content, and shared our links. Your support helps amplify the message and helps us get the word out to more folks who are looking for the kind of message that the Fountains offers. So from wherever you are and whenever you're joining us, we're glad to have you here.
Join us as we get in the spirit. In the midst of meaninglessness,
the Creator calls us to meaning.
In the midst of divisiveness,
Christ calls us to community.
Out of our brokenness,
the Spirit calls us to wholeness and new life.
In praise and thanksgiving,
let us celebrate and sing.
Great things happen when God mixes with us. Great things happen when God mixes with us. Great and beautiful, wonderful things. Great things happen when God mixes with us. Some find life, some find peace. Some people even find joy. Some see things as they never could before. And some people find that they can now begin to trust. Great things happen when God mixes with us. Great things happen when God mixes with us. Great and beautiful, wonderful things. Great things happen when God mixes with us. Some find health, some find hope. Some people even find joy. Some see themselves as they never could before. And some people find that they can now begin to live. they never could before. And some people find that they must now begin to change. Great things happen when God mixes with us. Great things happen when God mixes with us. Great and beautiful, wonderful things. Great things happen when God mixes with us.
Let's affirm the Fountain's mission together.
As followers of Jesus,
We put love first.
Mysterious Spirit of Love, be with us today and all days. Open our hearts, move our hands, speak through our lips, and awaken our minds to prepare us for the work of love, caring, and justice in this broken and beautiful world. Sustain us when we're afraid, when we retreat into old ways of being that are unloving to ourselves or others. Goad us forward. Help us see all that is extraordinary about this world, and fill us with awe and gratitude. Help us serve the world humbly and with joy. Give us courage to work toward wholeness and healing, our own and the world's. May it be so.
Where love and caring are, there is God. Where love and caring are, there is God. Where love and caring are, there is God. Where love and caring are, there is
Creator and Confronter, open our hearts to sense your leading in unexpected times and places. May we not be afraid to look for what we have lost and to glue together the broken pieces of life.
As we seek to get to the point of life and to find our own roles, may the Jesus way come more sharply and unmistakably into focus. Challenge us in ways we cannot avoid.
Lead us in paths from which we cannot turn back. Creator and Confronter, strengthen us along the way.
This is our prayer.
We offer this time of quiet, bringing our whole selves in the name of the one who taught his first followers to pray the prayer we now sing together.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread.
Good morning, everyone. I'm thrilled to be here today with an exciting update on our Rooted in Love, Growing for Tomorrow pledge campaign. First and foremost, thank you. Your incredible generosity and unwavering support are what make the Fountains such a vibrant and life-giving community. Because of your financial commitment, we can continue to nurture ministries that focus on connection, fellowship, inclusivity and engagement, authentic faith, and yes, that small goal of transforming the world. We set very bold and ambitious goals for this campaign, and while we didn't quite hit our target, we have so much to celebrate. Our total in pledges at this time is $315,915. That's a phenomenal 79% of our $400,000 goal. But here is where it gets really exciting. That number represents an 82% increase over our pledge totals from 2024. That is real, measurable growth, and it speaks volumes about your deepening commitment to this community. We currently have 62 pledging units, which is 53% of our goal of 120. That 120 goal was based on all types of giving in 2024. So again, very ambitious, and again, celebration time, because 64 is a 32% increase over last year's pledging numbers. So that is more hearts, more hands, and more hope joining together to say, yes, we believe in this mission. These increases allow us to plan for the second half of 2025 with greater clarity, stability, and excitement. Your commitment fuels everything we do. And while the official campaign is complete, it's never too late to participate. If you're a regular donor but haven't yet submitted a pledge form, we invite you to do so. No amount is too small or too large, and every gift matters. Once again, we thank you for your faith, your generosity, and your belief in the power of love to change lives. We are so grateful to be on this journey together, putting love first in our church, our community, and our world. So stay tuned. There'll be more details in the e-streams about the campaign totals, as well as the finance totals for the church. So keep your eye on it, and we'll talk again soon.
At the Fountains, we are agents of change. We know that it's not enough to just believe, so we take action. We strive to work together as followers of Jesus, to be there for one another, and find creative ways to make the world a more just and peaceful place.
So as we gather, both virtually and in person, we hope you'll take the initiative to support the Fountains financially.
To make an online donation, you can either go to give.weputlovefirst.org, or you can press the Donate Here button on the Fountains homepage, weputlovefirst.org.
You can also download the Vanco mobile app, search for the Fountains, and follow the instructions, or you can open the camera app on your phone or tablet and point it at the QR code on the screen. Both will take you to our secure giving page.
And of course, you can always send a check.
The Fountains continues to be a catalyst for putting love first in our community and beyond. May we give with joy, confident that we are taking part in living out Jesus' call in our lives.
Thank you for your support.
Standing by the road with a heavy load from the seeds he sowed. And if you see your sister falling by the way, just stop and say, you're going the wrong way. You gotta try little kindness. Yeah, show little kindness. Just shine your light for everyone to see. a helping hand instead of doubt. And the kindness that you show every day will help someone along their way. You gotta try a little kindness, yeah, show a little kindness. Just shine your light for everyone to see. And if you try a little kindness, you'll overlook the blindness that narrow-minded people on their narrow-minded streets. You got to try a little kindness, or show a little kindness. Just shine your light for everyone to see. And if you try a little kindness and aspire to cure the blindness that narrow-minded people on their narrow-minded streets. Oh, yeah. Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because God's given Jesus Christ the Son. And now let the weak say I am strong. Let the poor say I am rich because of what the Lord has done for us. Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because God's given Jesus Christ the Son. Give thanks.
Our passage today are the last few verses of the Gospel of Matthew, with Jesus' big send-off and final commission to his disciples. In the opinion of many scholars, Matthew has the distinction of being the only gospel with a clear ending. Remember, for instance, Mark has 3 endings, each one getting more and more convoluted as later scribes tried to salvage what they thought was an unsatisfactory finale. And Matthew also offers some totally unique elements which most people think must be in all the Gospels, but are actually just Matthew. For instance, by the time our passage happens, Judas was dead, having returned the 30 pieces of silver and hanged himself. Pretty dramatic incident to be in only one gospel. Then the remaining 11 disciples had instructions from Jesus that after his resurrection, they should head up to Galilee to meet him. Now, this might be a surprise if you're reading Luke, because according to Luke, Jesus told the disciples to stay put in Jerusalem to prepare for Pentecost. Sorry, literalists. At any rate, note the reaction of Jesus' followers here. Some doubted, or held back in the version that we're reading today. We don't know the identity and number of the some mentioned, but come on, check it out. According to Matthew, even after seeing the resurrected Jesus, some of them doubted. Gotta love those disciples. They make us look great. Even so, Jesus commissions these same lunkheads to get out there and rustle up some disciples, offering some very clear instructions.
Our words of wisdom are from Matthew chapter 28, verses 16 through 20, the Message version.
Meanwhile, the 11 disciples were on their way to Galilee, headed for the mountain Jesus had set for their reunion. The moment they saw him, they worshiped him. Some, though, held back, not sure about worship, about risking themselves totally. Jesus, undeterred, went right ahead and gave his charge.
God authorized and commanded me to commission you. Go out and train everyone you meet, far and near, in this way of life, marking them by baptism in the threefold name, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Then instruct them in the practice of all I have commanded you. I'll be with you as you do this, day after day after day, right up to the end of the age.
Hear what the Spirit is saying to the church.
Thanks be to God.
One day, Mullah Nasruddin ran across an agitated crowd gathered around the edge of a pond. A miserly old man had fallen in the water and was shouting, "Help! Help!" People were leaning over and saying, "Give me your hand, sir! Give me your hand!" But the old man refused their offers of rescue and kept wrestling in the water and shouting, "Help!" Finally, Nasruddin stepped forward and said, Let me handle this. He stretched out his hand toward the man and called out, "Sir, take my hand." Immediately, the old miser reached out and grabbed the mullah's hand and was hoisted out of the pond. Astonished, the crowd asked Nasruddin for the secret of his strategy. "It's very simple," he replied. "I know this miser wouldn't give anything to anyone. So instead of saying, 'Give me your hand,' I said, 'Take my hand.' And sure enough, he took it." Whether we like it or not, we all develop reputations for being givers or takers. People see who we are through our actions. That's one of the reasons why the Muslim mystics, the Sufis, who tell stories about Nasruddin, encourage the practice of secret charity, where a person benefits from your anonymous actions and doesn't have any chance to respond. Back in the 80s, when I first moved to Boston for grad school, I had to learn to navigate a highway hazard that I'd never encountered in Arizona: toll booths. Today, most toll roads use prepaid electronic debit devices or scan your license plate, but most of them still have at least one booth with a live human being. I'll always remember riding along with one of my classmates who made it a practice of pulling up to the booth, asking about the toll on the vehicle behind him, and then paying the toll for the total stranger behind us. Totally random act of kindness, generosity, call it what you will. But it brought him a kind of whimsical glee that you just can't get any other way. Back in the day, Harry Emerson Fosdick used to point out that the Sea of Galilee and the Dead Sea are the same water. And while the Sea of Galilee is beautiful and full of life, the Dead Sea is a foul-smelling, mineral-dense quagmire. Why? Because the Sea of Galilee has an outlet. It gathers its riches and then flows out into the Jordan River. But the Dead Sea has no outlet. It gets to keep. It's dead for a reason. And part of the reason our country is in such a toxic state right now is that people have warped the American dream into being all about accumulation for me, me, me. Our political and business elites are all about promoting scarcity and hoarding everything they can for themselves. The idea that life is only take without balancing it with a corresponding giving back is poisoning our culture. Instead of breathing in and breathing out, inhaling and exhaling, it's all about sucking the oxygen out of the room and leaving nothing for anyone else. When Jesus said, "The world will know that you are my followers if you love one another," he wasn't talking about some syrupy and saccharine kumbaya songfest. He was talking about action that people could see and experience. Jesus demonstrated it by being in relationship with people the religious folks deemed unworthy. People like Zacchaeus, the tax collector, a traitor, women in general. Shocking! He sought out the poor, the outcasts of society, the so-called sinners. Jesus loved people because they were fellow human beings. Outward appearances, labels, and cultural prejudices just didn't matter to him. In our passage today, Matthew tells us that when the post-resurrection Jesus gathers his followers in Galilee, he gives them specific instructions. Go therefore and make disciples of all nations. Now, I'll have to confess, I've always been aggravated at this passage because it's so often tossed around in a way that sounds downright coercive. Get out there and make them be disciples. Sadly, the way this has been practiced through centuries of colonialism up to most conventional churches today is coerce them into believing a bunch of stuff we say they have to believe and teach them to hate the people we say to hate, and then God will love them. So first off, this nations bit is not the nation state we think of today, but the Greek word ethne, which means the Gentiles, the heathen, the unclean, the very people a good Jew would avoid to keep pure. And guess what? Matthew's gospel is written to a predominantly Jewish audience. So we have completely lost the original shock of such a statement. Jesus wants us to go to who? He wants us to do what? Listen again. Jesus is offering his followers some solid instructions. Listen for the verbs that are used. Train people in this way of life. Mark them with baptism. Instruct them how to practice. You notice what's missing? Believing stuff. It's just not there. Jesus is talking about action. Action that is contagious with people who the status quo says are undesirable or unworthy. Kathleen Norris writes, "You don't have to preach to people about the strength and joy that you found in your faith. Show them." And this is what continues to set the Fountains apart from most other churches. We are proponents of following Jesus in a way that says how we live is much more important than what we believe. And in that living, others take note of our actions and the values those actions reflect. Frederick Buechner writes, "As we move around the world and act with kindness, indifference, or hostility, we are setting the great spider web a-tremble. The life I touch for good or ill will touch another life, and that in turn another, until who knows where the trembling stops or in what far place my touch will be felt." Just like the butterfly effect we talked about last week, our actions have reverberations which are felt way beyond our imagining, for good or ill. Remember the movie Pay It Forward? Critics canned it for what one said was blackmailing audiences into joining the "let's be nice" movement. But what the cynics saw as a pie in the sky cliche, audiences embraced as an illustration of a simple concept that would make the world a better place. You might remember that the assignment was for each student to come up with a way to change the world for the better.
That's me. That's me. And that's 3 people. And I'm going to help them. But it has to be something really big. Something they can't do by themselves. So I do it for them. Then they do it for 3 other people. That's 9. And I do 3 more.
That's 27, so I'm not really good at math, but it gets big really fast, you know?
All right. A little articulation, please.
Yes.
I think it's a good idea.
Sean?
It's stupid.
Adam?
It's the honor system. People blow off the honor system.
So what? Just because you do.
Well, Trevor, the class seems to think that you've come up with an overly utopian idea. Look that word up in a minute.
Like a perfect world?
Mm-hmm.
So?
So, what put this idea in your head?
'Cause
Everything sucks.
Right? Simple acts of generosity that aren't so simple. Why? Because it's not about unconditional random acts of kindness. Trevor is talking about creating a culture where it's normal to give to others on the condition that they'll do the same for others. Rule number 1, it has to be something that really helps people. Rule number 2, it's something they can't do by themselves. And rule number 3, I do it for them, they do it for 3 other people. Let's be real. If the idea of paying it forward is indeed some kind of pie in the sky fantasy, then so is most of the stuff we lift up as core Christian values: forgiveness, reconciliation, acceptance, love of enemy, peace. Shall I go on? If we don't participate in some small way in acting on these unnaturally suspended pie fantasies, they're bound to remain just that, fantasies, in our own lives and in the world. But if we take action, if we take our core skills and passions to put love first, who knows how the great spider web will be set a-tremble for good. And despite the urgency of responding to the outright evil that is being done in our names right now, what we're talking about here is a long-term investment. We have to change people one person at a time. When you teach, when you instruct, when you mark people, when you pay it forward, you often have to be satisfied knowing that you've done what you can, and the fruit of your efforts will only come sometime way down the line. Legend has it that Martin Luther once said, "Even if I knew that I would die tomorrow, I would still plant my apple tree." We make our investment. We pay it forward. And the Spirit takes it from there, at the right time and in the right place. The Fountains has been planting seeds of radical hospitality, praying well with others, and promoting critical thinking for many years now. And this very weekend marks the 10th anniversary of when 8 pious pastors took issue with that in a very public way. Their fact or fiction campaign was just another way of saying that we were being taken seriously and that they are afraid of Jesus' genuine teachings being let loose in the world. And in the ensuing decade, we've seen that what we've planted together as a community has taken root and continues to grow. Who knows what the Spirit has yet in store? Once upon a time, there was a woman who wanted peace in the world and peace in her heart and all sorts of good things. But she was very frustrated. The world seemed to be falling apart. She would read the news and get depressed. One day, she decided that going shopping would be a good distraction from it all. So she went to a local mall and picked a store at random. She walked in and was surprised to see Jesus behind the counter. She knew it was Jesus because he looked just like the pictures that she'd seen. She looked and looked at him and finally got up the nerve to ask, "Excuse me, but are you Jesus?" "I am." "Do you work here?" "No, I own the store." "What do you sell?" "Oh, just about anything." "Anything?" "Yeah. What do you want?" "Well, I don't really know." "Well, then feel free to browse. Make a list and come back to the counter. We'll see what we can do." So she started to walk up and down the aisles and she made her list. Peace on earth, no more war, no hunger or poverty, no discrimination, an end to racism, no more violence in families, no more substance abuse, clean air. She was writing furiously. By the time she got back to the counter, she had a long list. Jesus took the list, skimmed it, and smiled. No problem. He then bent down behind the counter, picked out all sorts of things, stood up, and laid out a bunch of packets on the counter. "What are these?" she asked. "Seed packets. This is a catalog store." "You mean I don't get the finished product?" "Nope. You come in here, see what it looks like, and I give you the seeds. You plant them, nurture them, help them to grow, and someone else reaps the benefits." "Oh," she said, and left the store without buying anything. Friends, don't leave the store without buying anything. As a faith community, we've invested in planting and nurturing seeds of acceptance, tolerance, and encouraging the asking of tough questions. But this isn't a job for just the church. It's for each of us. So don't leave the store without buying anything. Take some seeds out there, or take just one. Plant it, nurture it, and when you do, you'll be making way for the Spirit to do its stuff. Be well. Don't forget, if you liked what you heard today, buy me a coffee. The link's in the description.
Let peace and gladness be the truth.
Join me in these words of challenge and blessing as we go. If we each would pay it forward,
when a blessing we have known,
those we help would feel less hopeless.
through the kindness we have shown,
Pay it forward and it will come into view.
Spirit leading you.